can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried. I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy. I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, and look like I'm foreign cars driving.
Coach, we have a damp and rainy afternoon in the tri-state area as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium in the Garden State of New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the New York Jets. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
That return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Ready. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Out.
On first down, it's Fuller. A nice little juke. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
47's the mic, boy. 47. Check, 47.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the left side. Fuller. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 9.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago. And they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
Come on, set, 8, read.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Yeah, that's what I do.
Check 6-6, bullet high. Set, go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Caught by Jones. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here we go.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
He was brought down by Avery Williamson.
That's it, baby. That's
A
it.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On the set.
53, check.
80 weapon.
I got you. I got you.
Hey, Wahoo!
53 at the mic. Oh, here we go. Oh, kill, kill, kill.
Shoot!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a jet touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Well, no, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. He gets this to Devontae Adams. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Hey, Charlie.
Now back to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
3 and out.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
50's the mic. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go.
From the gun, Jackson. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Come on, set. Set the outlaw. 47. I'm coming for you. You mine. Kill, kill, kill. That's great. That's him. Ball trot. Yo. Check. Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. I'm coming. 47's the mic.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's got Fuller. And they can't bring him down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Check 24. Check 24. Yeah, Jim. Mike's 47.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Throw complete to Herndon. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll try the left side. Fuller. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one.
Let's go now. Get to Pittsburgh. 47. Echo. You remember me? Let's go, baby. 47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get it off.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is at 50. Check Mike 50. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Mike 50.
Jackson now. It's complete to Fuller. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Mike's 47. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Stay at home. Stay at home. Stay at home. Both sevens and Mike. Both. Hayward. Focus, defense, focus. 47's the Mike.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Butker able to put this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they weren't successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
On the ready.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
X3, 218, chopper.
Give me that ball, defense. Watch the twins. Watch the twins. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
They'll look to throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Yep.
Check. 53.
Hard. Hey, Haywood. And
now a first down carry by Jones. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
got it.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete to the former Aggie, Jay Sternberger. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 44-yard line. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
They'll look to throw here. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time, Jackson will throw it. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Ready. 50, plant.
58, right there. You can't block me. You can't block me. Watch Twitch. Watch Twitch.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Watch the slant.
Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Jackson, flush to his right. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson, that'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw again is Jackson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Jets will extend their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. 2nd and 15. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's get it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3 down, 3 down. 8 seconds more. I got it.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Allison, complete. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Got a man, that's Allison. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Big hit.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. 61, matchbox white. Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Brian Anger now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Fuller. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Slam, slam, slam. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist.
They'll keep it on the ground. Fuller continuing to fight for more. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, it's Fuller. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The 33-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check 26, check 26.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
The false start hurts him there a bit, backs him up to 2nd and 9. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Throw left side complete. It's Wood. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. Get your swerve on. Mike's 47. Mike's 47. You better be afraid.
On 3rd down, Jackson found his target. It's Anderson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jackson. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
You must be dreaming.
Jackson will throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Recon, 132 fighter. Leo.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch it.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Go.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Squeeze. 1, 2.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And Adams has it complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
First down.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
64, weak. Drop, rock it. Check 13.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. He'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. You got the big lead defensively. willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. They'll look to throw. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 29-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Look at me. Door.
Watch number 33. Watch the screen.
Defense.
They'll set up a throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll look to throw. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll look to throw here. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Ready to go.
Come on, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Snap.
They're going to look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This one winding toward a conclusion, and how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid, still pitching a shutout. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Fuller. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, Fuller. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Second and 1. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Check three.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Fuller. 3rd and medium. They opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
But they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, it's Fuller, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets.